In this tutorial, we'll see how to access a variable from another script in Unity. Now, before we jump into the demo, we'll try to understand some basic concepts. The first concept that you should know about is scope of variable. Now, a variable can be set as private or public or even protected. The most commonly used ones are public and private. So any private variable can be accessed only within the class. So for you to access a variable from another script, it should be set as public. For example, we have a scoring system script here. So the class name is scoring system, and this is the public variable. So to make a variable as public, you just have to use the keyword public. So if you don't define anything here, then by default, it is taken as private. The next concept that you need to understand is object of a class. So to access the properties, that is the variables or methods of a class, you need something called as object of the class. So to create an object, you have to just write the class name and then the object name. And in regular C#, you'll be writing is equal to new scoring system. But in case of Unity, you cannot use that, because if you do that, then Unity will give you a warning that you cannot use the new keyword inside a mono behavior. The reason it doesn't work inside Unity is the same script can be used in multiple game objects. So Unity must know which game object you are referring to. So that brings us to the third concept that you should know, object reference. Now, after declaring an object for the class, you have to tell the script this object refers to which game object in your scene. So there are two ways to do it. One option is by declaring the class object itself as public, then going back to Unity, and like we can attach this to a game object. Say let's call this player, and let's attach the scoring system to this. Then let's keep this as game object and attach the another script to this. So the public class object of scoring system that we created takes in a game object. So we can just drag the player and assign it to it. So now Unity knows that it is the script that is attached to the player game object. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, then the other option is to just declare the class object, and in our start, we can just say my object is equal to game object dot find. So this will basically find the game object with the name player. And then I'm going to say get component. So this will get the scoring system component. So I'm getting the player game object and the scoring system script that is attached to the player. So what the script does is just takes the value from the scoring system and debug logs. So now if we go back to Unity and play the game, so you can see the value of score is logged here. So to summarize, in order to access another script, you need to know which game object it is attached to. So first you have to access the game object, then use get component to get the game object. Otherwise, you can directly assign that in the inspector using the public keyword. Hope this makes the basic concept clear. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment box below. Thank you and see you in the next tutorial.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.